Hey everybody, it is Dr. Carmen Bryant and this is Car Chronicles. How are you guys doing? You doing all right? All right, well let's get started. Let's do this. First of all, allow me to say thank you for all the birthday wishes, and thank you so much for those of you that went to the list to help me. And some of those were to support the conferences that I have coming up. Thank you so much. And then the other ones were like little gifts for myself. But thank you so much to those of you that have supported me and that made this happen. You're not going to regret it, because the more things that I get to take away from the cost of the conferences, the lower I can make the conference fees. But make sure you go and register for the conference. And if you need to do an invoice where you make payments on the conference, please do so. It's July 27th and is in Atlanta, Georgia. Go ahead and start registering. I'm working with the Marriott this time, not the Hilton, the Marriott. Give me a minute so I can put all that information out there for you. But I want to see you guys in Atlanta, and I thank you for supporting me, especially for my birthday. Thank you, because I'm 50-something-ish. Can't tell you all that, but 50-something-ish, and it feels good. You guys ready? Let's get started. Let's get started. Most people assume that a narcissist is dumb. You have to remember that you have narcissists from all walks of life. All narcissists are not exactly like the one that you were with, yet they have the exact same diagnosis, or we assume that they have that diagnosis, narcissistic personality disorder. Those characteristics, those symptoms, those things that they not betray, but display, those symptoms that they display, the behaviors that they have, the mindset, the thinking, that is all common across the board. Now, each one of you had experience with different ones, meaning you have some that were impoverished, you have some that were very highly intelligent, intellectual. Those of you that think that all narcissists are dumb, that is not true, because remember, you still have those that are cerebral. So you do have narcissists that are highly intelligent. You have those that work in the judicial system, in the education system, in the medical fields. You have those that are highly intelligent that never put anything into it or put education to it. They're just out here doing nothing for themselves, but they're very intellectual people. However, the thing about a narcissist is that you have those that are on the lower scale, the mid-range, and then the higher scale, meaning, the lower, mid to high, or what they will call the greater narcissist. And the difference is the skill sets. And what is a skill? What is a skill? Let's talk about the definition of a skill. Or skilled. They're skilled. So let's give you the definition of skilled. Having information as a result of previous exposure to the given subject. What does that mean? Think about it for a minute. They've been exposed to a subject or exposed to information previously. So by the time you get to, let's just talk about the low range. When you're dealing with the lower range narcissist, you're dealing with one that really doesn't understand what they are. And most of them don't know that they have narcissistic personality disorder, even the mid-ranges. The greater narcissists, they may or may not know that they have narcissistic personality disorder, but all of them understand that there's something different about them. And when you're dealing with the lower range narcissists, they know there's something different about them, but they don't know what it is that's different. They just know that they're different, and in their mind, I'm unique and different from all these peons that I'm around. Very arrogant individuals, very grandiose individuals. A lot of them are dramatic, but they know, they don't understand that I'm causing problems because everybody else is the problem, and you're jealous over me because I'm special, I'm so gifted. And so they deal with people, and there's a disruption in their personal relationships, in their social interactions at their job. They tend to jump from job to job. Some of them tend to jump from job to job, or even in the job, they have issues, even if they've been there a long time, but they may be skilled enough where people want to keep them, because sometimes narcissists make a thing happen because they're so focused on themselves and getting attention that they're going to do the best that they can in order to get the attention. Now you move over into the mid-range narcissists, where they're beginning to see that there is something very different. And it seems like what I've been doing with this past information, doing over and over again, I'm noticing that if I do A, B, and C, this always happens for me. And so most of them go unchecked. Most of them is hard to put them in check, or because they're manipulative, they're charming, they're charismatic, so they know how to talk their way out of stuff. They watch people do it, or they're with people that gives them information, and they're collecting this information for themselves, not to help everybody, for themselves. How can this apply to me? How can I use it to manipulate for me. And if I notice, oh, you cry at this right here, you may be a sensitive person and you cry right here, I know that this is something that I can keep doing to get this particular result. It's trial and error. Another term for skilled is master, a master of something. They become skilled practitioners of a particular art or skill set or activity. Now, what are they a master of? They're a master of manipulation. They're a master of illusion. And how do they do this? It's from person to person to person to person. As they travel from person to person, they pick up skill sets. They master certain things because it's easy to master. They are a master of human emotions. They're a master of human thought, the thought processes. They have cognitive empathy. They don't have emotional empathy. They have cognitive empathy, so they understand how emotions work. They know how to push the buttons. They know how to do, the methodology. There we go, the methodology. I know the method on how to make this do this. And this is what they do. I know how to do this. There's no feelings behind it. It's just that I know that I'm a master of this because, so by the time they become greater narcissists, I was going to say greater artists, but greater narcissists, they have mastered human emotions. They have mastered human behavior. They have mastered human thought process. They know based on, how do you think you get science and psychology? It's because you have researchers out there doing tests and studying, and when they do certain things and it keeps resulting in the same thing, when we do this, we notice that the higher percentage of people respond this way. People in this group respond this way. And so it's trial and error, and it's testing, and it's research to see, okay, this is very consistent. This pattern of behavior is very consistent with this. This pattern of behavior is very consistent with people that are exposed to this right here. Well, you have to think for a minute. Even though a narcissist has not been to school, most of them, study psychology. Some of them do. But you have to think that they understand this concept. We put a word to it, we put a name to it, we put a definition to it, that they do it all the time out of habit, out of survival. This is what they do. They study people and they master, manipulating this person. There's no such thing as if you and I meet and we build a rapport, we build a relationship. I know what you like, I know what you don't like. I like to respect your boundaries. I know this button right here, if I push this button, this is what happens, so I know not to go that far with you. And likewise for me, I don't like this right here, so you don't push me over. And we have a mutual, and if we offend each other, we have learned, each other's character. And so that means, when I apologize, I didn't realize I was doing it. Thank you for, and sometimes it doesn't go like that, but, thank you for pointing that out. It's very uncomfortable, and I'm very sorry that I hurt you. It's something that I need to work on. But you notice that I try to work on it. I even stop myself like, I'm sorry, I did it again, let me keep working on it. Well, a narcissist doesn't do that. If they apologize to you, they're only apologizing to you basically to get you to shut up and stop talking about it, because they're going to do it again. Have you ever noticed that they can apologize for something, but there's no change? When you apologize for something and you're truly remorseful and repentant for something that you do, you'll notice that that person is working really hard. You can see the person working really hard to change old habits, but a narcissist doesn't go to change old habits. When they apologize, they're wanting something from you. There's an ulterior motive to the apology, to the repentance, and it's never permanent. When they repent or when they apologize for something, it's never permanent. It's permanent because of the fact that they want something from you. I don't want you to leave because I haven't found another source of supply, or you're a good source of supply because you are naive and ignorant and you always give me my way. And most people that I've met will not give me my way, so I have to keep you here with me until I find someone better than you that's even more naive and more pliable, because you're starting to understand what I'm doing and it is disrupting my flow. So you are becoming bad supply because now you're holding me accountable. Now you're asking me questions. Now you're tearing apart my lie, and I can't keep up with the lie as quick as I used to because you used to be ignorant in that area. Ignorant just meaning lacking knowledge. And so do you see how the skills are how they become skilled at what they do? So by the time they're a greater narcissist, think about it, no one has really held them accountable because they're quick on the feet. And most people don't want what? They don't want confrontation. I don't feel like dealing with this. And they know how to do it. They know how to inflict confrontation. And when I say confrontation, all of us have to confront an issue, but they make it into a big deal where you get in bed, you just don't want to deal with it, so they get away with it. And when people begin to hold them accountable, they have all hell to face, because that narcissist is not going to forget. They're not going to forget that you did not let them have their way. And so when you're talking about a skilled narcissist, you're talking about a narcissist that has been working in this area for years and years and years with people and people and people. So don't ever underestimate a narcissist, but you're still